Hi, my name is Jared Norberg, and today we will be talking about Measure 110 that decriminalized all hard drugs in the state of Oregon. The state of Oregon passed a measure back in November of 2020 that decriminalized all hard drugs for personal consumption. When I say decriminalize, I mean is referring to the fact that drug users will no longer be criminally charged for the personal consumption of drugs like heroin, cocaine, and methamphetamine. And to kind of point it out, now that drug users will no longer be criminally charged, this means that they will no longer be put in jail, and they will also no longer have to receive probation. Measure 110 puts more of an emphasis on therapy as opposed to incarceration. When I say incarceration, I'm referring to the fact that they will, again, no longer be put in jail. Before passing this new law, the state of Oregon stated that they were relying on funds from the legal marijuana industry as far as their taxes to fund drug treatment facilities in the state. The key word here is relying. This just leads me to think that they don't really have a clear idea as to where they're going to get these funds for their drug treatment facilities. And to kind of put things into perspective, Oregon is one of the hardest places to receive treatment from a drug treatment facility, and this is due to the fact of we don't have very good funding for our facilities, as well as if they don't have funding, they can't run at full capacity. And the country of Spain decriminalized hard drugs years ago, but the difference, it's pretty interesting. The difference between what they did and the state of Oregon did was at the same time that Spain decriminalized hard drugs, they also poured a great amount of money into their drug treatment facilities just to make sure that this resource was available to all drug users in their country. And if the point of Measure 110 was to put more of an emphasis on therapy, then I don't see why we didn't have a resource or money aside that we could have put into our drug treatment facilities to make sure that drug users had this resource to go to. And what Measure 110 does also is that drug users either have to pay a $100 fine or they have to check themselves into a drug treatment facility. And for some drug users, money is most of the time a big issue. So we need to have some type of resource. If they're no longer being put in jail, then we have to have these resources available to them if they are not able to pay that fine. Personally, I just think that we rushed to get this law passed, as I can see why they pushed to enforce the law is because that Oregon has one of the highest substance abuse rates in the nation, which is pretty interesting also. So that's why they pushed to get it, but you gotta have some type of a backup plan. You know, if it puts emphasis on therapy, then we needed to find a way to fund those treatment facilities in order for them to be available to drug users. Thank you.